So when we think about the stories that we tell ourselves and where they come from, and even bullying and how people control the thoughts and the ideas of someone else, one of the things that we need to be super careful about is taking away somebody's hope. And I just like to tell you a little story about how that happened to me. When I first left my practice husband, I was pregnant with my youngest daughter. And as a result of the stress of starting over and no money, no place to live, two little kids, and suddenly finding myself both unemployed in a strange city and knowing no one, I would say the stress was pretty profound. You probably would agree. And I ended up in the hospital in full labor at 24 weeks gestation. Now they got to try and stop the labor. My youngest daughter was born at 25 weeks gestation. She was 1 pound, 1 ounce. Her little head could fit in the palm of your hand. You couldn't touch her. The skin was translucent. The challenge was that I was so heavily stressed out that when they did this emergency C-section to take her, they had actually hit the nerve in my spine and gave me a spinal headache. So for 3 days, I have a doctor, a resident sitting with me, asking me 3 questions over and over and over again. Who are you? Where are you? Why are you here? Finally, after a week of being in the hospital on an IV, I'm starting to recover, and I'm feeling pretty sorry for myself. You know, this is not an easy road. And I hear a rumor that Welcome Wagon is coming, and I think, yes, that's exactly what I need. I need gifts. Gifts will make this day go better. And so I'm pretty elated that finally something's going to come that's just going to give me a distraction, as it were, a chance to be normal again. And so I'm listening, and I hear the cart on the cobblestone hallway, and it's going click, 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 click. And it's getting louder. Click, 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 click. And it went right on by. And I, in a moment, thought, what just happened here? And so I make my way out of the bed. I get a hold of the IV. I'm basically barely crawling at this point. I haven't eaten in a week. I've been on this IV. I have 0 strength. And I make my way to the desk. And I work up to the top. And I'm leaning on the desk. And the nurse goes, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yes." Welcome Wagon missed my room. And she said, "Yeah." And I was stunned. I said, "Well, why?" And she said, "Well, your daughter is in neonatal intensive care." "Yeah, well, she's not expected to live, so we don't want to leave you with any reminders." Never, ever take somebody's hope away. In that moment, it could have gone either way. Fortunately for me, I'm pretty defiant. And my story is, oh yeah? And in that moment, instead of feeling sorry for myself, I decided to make sure that my daughter and I thrived. And when I started to reinvest in being mom again, she did kind of do me a favor. I'm not sure I would have thought so